Do you ever wonder if there's a better way to handle fear than what you're currently doing? Hi, I'm Jordanna, founder of Modern Day Sorcerer. You know, if anyone knows fear, it is definitely me. I call myself a sorceress, for God's sake. So yeah, I've faced some fears. I've faced some darkness. I've faced having to learn how to convert darkness into light. And I've faced coming out of the closet as a freaking sorceress nonetheless. So yes, I understand fear. And yes, there probably is a better way than what you're already doing. Now, here's the thing about fear. So often, we just want to get through it. It's like when we see fear come up, we think that we can thwart it. We think that we can work around it. You know, I've heard a lot of people use the phrase kicking fear to the curb. We think we can do that. That's not how fear works. Fear is an energy. And so to try to kick an important energy, an energy that is actually trying to give us messages and signals and help us grow and expand, to kick it to the curb would actually be thwarting some of your expansion. Fear is innately intertwined with the energy of expansion. In order to expand, we must also contract. So if you were even just for a moment to take a deep breath and feel your lungs fill up, at the same time as you're doing that, your diaphragm is contracting and all of your organs are contracting down, being essentially squashed by your diaphragm. And then when you breathe back out, notice that all your organs expand back out and your lungs contract. So for every expansion, there must be a contraction. For every contraction, there must be an expansion. And when we're in the expansion process in our lives, that also means that our beings, our actual physical beings, our psyches and our brains and how much they can hold, our souls, like all parts of us, are also in an expansion process. And in order to do that, again, something must contract. And so fear is actually just the contraction process that is trying to create more expansion. So if we were to kick it to the curb, could you actually see that you're going to be expanding less? If you were to say to your lungs, don't expand when I breathe. If you were to say to your diaphragm, don't move down, don't, to say to your organs, no, stay there when I breathe in, no. How would that feel? You're just going to stay still and ultimately you're going to die, right? So if you were to say to your lungs when you breathe, no, don't expand. And you were to say to your organs, no, don't contract when I breathe in, that's not okay. Do you imagine the kind of stagnance that you would be creating in your body if you didn't allow the flow of breath and the expansion and the contraction necessary in your breath to move through you? It's the same thing with your own expansion process in your life, in your business, in your calling, and really every aspect of who you are becoming as that next level version of you. So in order for that expansion to happen, we must learn to embrace fear. So now the question becomes, how do you embrace fear in a way that allows you to still move through things? How do you embrace fear in a way that it doesn't have you also stagnant and stuck without the ability to move forward? When fear often paralyzes us. So again, if you kick it to the curb, it's going to leave you, yes, more at peace in the present exact moment, but more stagnant in the long run. And if you don't kick it to the curb, you risk, if you don't understand fear and if you don't have a solid, beautiful relationship with it, then you also risk fear paralyzing you and keeping you still and put and not able to move forward in your dreams. So what's important to know with fear is that it's just a feeling. It is no different than any other feeling. It is no different than the joy that you wish to move through you. It is no different than the comfort or peace or contentment you might feel on a really beautiful, warm day where all your needs are being met. It is no different than the grief you might experience when you lose a loved one or when you lose an important part of your life. So fear in and of itself is simply a feeling, and all it wants to do is move through you. So when we say, I'm going to kick fear to the curb, we're not allowing it to do its job and move through us to clean us out for the expansion process. So when you get to know fear and you're able to say hello to it, you're able to let it be there and create a trusting enough relationship that you feel safe enough with it to just let it flow, that you feel safe enough with it to have a conversation with your fear and even to just surrender into it, to just feel it as the simplicity of what it is. That's when you're ready for the next level expansion. That's when you're ready to become more of who you really are. So fear, though it seems counterproductive, and actually still is counterproductive when we don't feel it, is counterproductive when we kick it to the curb or push it away or dismiss it and don't acknowledge it. But though it seems counterproductive because of those ways that we're used to dealing with it, when your relationship with fear is actually loving and true to the fear itself, fear becomes expansive. It becomes an opportunity to sit with the parts of you that are ready to expand, to sit with the parts of you that are ready to recognize who you don't yet believe yourself to be so that you can become who you ultimately feel and know yourself to be. So that's what fear is. Fear is a tool for growth. Fear is a tool for cleaning yourself out and for expansion. That's what fear is for. So I invite you to do that today. I invite you to look at anywhere in your life where you may be feeling that fear of a next level growth, of a next level expansion, and I invite you to just sit with it, to lay down and just be with it for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes, to call upon your guides and let them come in to support you through the fear and just be with it as it wants to move through you. So don't forget to subscribe, as there will be lots more videos just like this coming up soon. And if you want to know more about moving through your fear, you can read the accompanying blog on the Modern Day Sorcerer website, link below. All right, see you guys later.